Death is inevitable, but preventable death is really devastating.
How do we get them to be reintegrated into the system? Back again, those who quit schools? How do we get them really?
This development we are doing is okay with them or they will know. One of the things is we have to look at community dialogue. We have to talk to the community. Tell them that this is very important. If you make use of it, it's ours, it's yours.
Currently, Kora is faced with challenges such as sanitation and malnutrition. Sanitation in the sense that there are a lot of glitterings and animal dump lying around in their villages.
Some of our solutions, what we need to start with is awareness creation, that is infant and child feeding practice that we are going to sensitize the community on, easy detection of malnutrition.
This is the Smiling Coast of Africa, and of course it is where the voice of the youth takes place. This is season 3 and we're super excited to bring you another exciting edition of this very breathtaking experience.
Well, hello Muloshi. Guess where I am? It's fun out here. And we wish you were here.
I am the youth man, the one and only youth man who is over 65.
I am 100% sure that, inshallah, we will make this and we will be victorious.
Swiftly moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to invite the next team on stage. We would now like to call on Team USET to come on stage. A round of applause for Team USET. Team USET. Their project concentrates on the Vendebedare and it's on malnutrition. Well. I love what you're wearing. Nice helmets, by the way. Okay, great, guys. We'll give you guys a welcome. How are you guys feeling? Good? Okay, so we'll take the same routine. You introduce yourselves, tell us what you're studying, and we also want to know the coach of the team.
Hello everyone, my name is Cecilia Anjao. I am studying Diploma in Architecture in USET. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good evening everyone. My name is Yankuba Jata. I studied architecture at USET.
Thank you.
Good evening everyone. I am Kerijatu Davo, studying technician in construction at USET.
A nice one, and you?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Asan Jaju, a graduate in electrical and electronic engineering in USET.
Wow, thank you. A round of applause for Team USET, ladies and gentlemen. And hence your platform is on malnutrition, which is the Vendebedare. What language is this? I want to hear you. That's in Fula. Yeah, what does it actually mean in Fula?
It means community development.
Community development. And since you guys have been in that community, are the people of the community helping you develop their own community?
Yes.
How are they doing this?
Okay, when we first went to Bohum Kunda, the people were very welcoming. They showed us a lot of hospitality. So at first when we met, they showed us where the Alcalo was. We met the Alcalo, have a discussion with him, and then the whole community also were present while the discussion was on. So the next day when we were going to the garden, they were with us as, at that time, and then we were all doing the plowing at the plowing all together as a community, because we believe that Bohum Kunda is our own village. So we are also from Bohum Kunda.
All right, thank you very much. Well said. Last, fun fact question. What would you say was your favorite meal in Bohum Kunda? Your favorite meal? This is about malnutrition. So what's your favorite meal in Bohum Kunda?
Okay, all they know in Bohum, they depend on coos and maize.
But what was your favorite?
My favorite meal was the lachiri.
Lachiri, aha. Where are the fullers? You're all here. All right, and judges, are you ready for Team USET? And your time starts now.
Good evening, judges, guests, fellow participants, and everyone present. I am Kerijatu Dabo from Team USET. Our thematic is health, and our problematic is what is the solution to malnutrition. I was born in Sare Bohum. From birth till my 40s, I thought in the Gambia, the only mean of consumption was maize and cows. According to statistics from NANA, Sare Bohum is one of the most malnourished communities in the Gambia. Statistics has proven that 1 in every 3 children globally are malnourished. This is alarming. A solution needs to be done, and Team USAID are the solutionists. We move. First, we start giving you the malnutritional status of children and women in the Gambia. We have 5% of the children in the Gambia that are wasted, 12% that are underweight, and 18% that are stunted. We also have 14% of the women that are overweight and 36% that are underweight. Population of Bohum Kunda. Bohum Kunda has a total population of 1,540 people, 49% of which are children, 35% of which are youths, and 16% of which are the elderly. Some of the problems that leads to the problems in malnutrition in Bohum Kunda include limited access to clean water, inaccessibility to healthcare system, lack of fruits and vegetables, imbalanced diet, poor transportation network. As youth, these are some of the solutions that we want to provide. We want to have a short-term plan that is, as Team USAID, we are certain that before December, we are going to achieve all our short-term plan. We are starting by awareness creation, gardening, poultry house, cooking practice, food preservation and fortification, and marketing. Then in the long run, Team USAID believe that for the project to be sustained, we need to put something in place. Therefore, we come up with the solution of providing them with a fish pond, a pipe-borne water, a clinic renovation, and a tree planting. Because we feel that despite the fact that the garden is having a borehole, but if the community don't have means of water, they will depend on the garden. To sustain that, we need to provide them with pipe-borne water. We move. These are some of the activities that we did in Bohum Kunda. First, we met the Alcalo. From there, we met the VDC chairperson and village elders. We went for a house-to-house visit to sensitize the people on our mission. And we also met the youths, the women, and the children of the community. Team USAID didn't stop there. We also, from our predecessors, they were able to acquire a land of 150 by 72 meters. And they were able to fence 72 by 76 meters, where the land is already fenced and the borehole is dug.
Thank you very much, Team USAID. Your time is up. A round of applause for Team USAID, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we'll hear from the person who just gave the pitch, and now we'd like to turn on to the screen now and watch the video from Team USAID in Bohum Kunda, URR.
Ala bismillah. Sare Bohum Jang.
Our project is Fedda Bayrare, that means community development. Our thematic is malnutrition, and the community called Sare Bohum.
Gilingar do an sare nde be fof be ngoni anni e goto kulle gollude gadino e gollude bamtare sare nde parce que on darni do committee mo ganduda ko committee bamtowo sare nde hajuji sare di mi don wi'a bismillah modo.
When we came, the community were very welcoming about the project. They themselves tell us that they need a garden.
Neddo wawata wonde neddo timmudo tawa harani.
Gila debore du hay cukaye. Si yeyi ha Allah wadi garden tabiti. Ko woni e garden e nyamate rindi. Si a nyami dum, okka debore du o vitamin, okka dum dole. Biddo heba dole to redu to. Cukale de. Den kadi Allah okka de cellal, okka de labal, okka be kisal.
The community really appreciates the initiative. When we came and talked to them and the Alcalo, they were very happy that we come up with an initiative. We explained everything, why we came here and why we think it's necessary for us to step in and help. We did really appreciate and allocate us with a land to use as a garden.
Golle modon de mbadi no fayda kiliro wani du suudu nosibe wadi jamanu taw suudu nosibe ndu wadi problème mawdo parce que ndu asino gayde molanade dum ko projet go walli yimbe a fewni suudu nosibe ndu Allah wadi non ha hikka kadi on gardi he wobbe
gogo min galandi yam didi nyamanteri manki tati o hay yadu lopitan miɗen jahan koma min mbaɗe sarataji egge geng.
Some of the constraints we have has to do with transportation. In order to go to the market and come back, you have to wake up as early as 6 so that you can be able to reach your destination. And if you are ready with everything that you have to do, you have to wait till 5 o'clock in the evening that the vehicles are coming so you can join and come back. The other problem we had has to do with communication, because the moment you reach the community, there is no network. There is no way a person can call and get through you. There is no way when the two of you can communicate when the other one is here and the other one is there.
Sin. Don't ko Senegal tawa. Don't ni wada lumo. Simi toili nyamanteri wondi minjap sin. Ko Senegal tawa. Wada no boni.
Some of the methods, the means that we use to tackle the problem is either we climb high trees so we can get network, or we use 3G to 2G so we can be able to make communication.
I'm here to present a proposed poultry design which we intend to build right here. Firstly, we have the 3D view of the proposed poultry design. And here we have the floor plan, the working drawing for the proposed poultry. And the next page is the section view, showing you more details about the poultry from the foundation to some part of the interior and basically the structural design of the poultry. And the next paper is the section showing you the other part of the poultry which you might not see in the first section.
O project wona project mo ganduɗa I waɗe finan, wona project mo ganduɗa yoɓe lewru, ko volunteer project.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Team USET. But before you guys leave, who was the one sitting on the floor? That was you. How did you feel when you were sitting on the floor? I mean, what happened?
I felt devastated because we were caught up in the traffic and we didn't have means of transportation to take us back to Basse. We were there for maybe around 8 without having a vehicle to Basse.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, sorry about that. Okay, thank you very much, Team USET. We wish you the very best of luck then. Thank you very much. Round of applause as they leave the stage. Team USET, Fede Bedare. And now, last but not least, of course, we would like to call on the next team on stage, and that is Team IOU. A round of applause for Team IOU. How are you doing, Team IOU?
We're fine.
Looking very green and black, very nice. Okay, I want you to also follow the same routine we had with the rest of the team members. Introduce yourself, tell us what you're studying, and please let us know who the coach of the team is. So we start from you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, good evening. I am Binta Jaita, a student of IOU, studying computer science.
Thank you. Next person, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam.
I am Yankuba Sanyang, the Yankuba. I pursue a degree in mathematics.
Thank you very much. Next person, please.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum to you all. I am Seidu DM Kamara, pursuing my bachelor's in business administration, second year student.
Thank you very much. Next person, please.
Good evening. I am Udo Gandoba, serving as a team coach. I had my first degree in economics and management.
Well, thank you very much. Now, you are concentrating on exploitation of school-going children. I know in places like the CRR, sometimes we tell people about these things. Most people are not really receptive, and most people are also in denial that this is not really happening in my area. What are some of the constraints you guys face with regards to some of these things?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. It is obvious that our topic is very, very complicated. And then looking at it at a wider perspective, it's actually happening worldwide, not only in the Gambia here, but in our scope of community that is at Kudang. Like when we went there first, it was kind of hard to identify those victims, but then we assured them that this is for their own good, And then we are brothers and sisters. As a person from Sierra, of course, I grew up there and then I know the culture there. So there are things that people tend to hide from society. They don't want to talk about it. But then we speak to them in a language that they understood. In that regard, we are able to get to this level.
All right, then. Thank you very much, and well done with regards to that. Judges, are you ready for them? Judges say they're ready. Are you guys ready for the judges?
Yes.
All right, then please take the floor. And so on my count, your time starts now.
Assalamu alaikum. We are Team IOU. Our project is Fantanko for child welfare. But first, we look at the trending causes. The cause number one would be power relation. This is apparent in schools. Teachers are always in control. Students' need for marks cannot be overemphasized, and teachers would take this as an advantage to lure them into sexual activities. But not just that, even in our homes, we have uncles and big brothers who groom little children, doing all such favors for them, only to eventually have them in their beds. This has to take us to the next point, which is, of course, poverty. Children could be seen selling in the streets to make ends meet for their family, while perpetrators use this as an advantage to lure them into sexual activities. But now, what do we have? What is our goal as Team IOU? This will lead us to our innovative solutions. The first thing we would like to do is actually to capacitize targeting students and teachers, also to engage students in the poetry, debate, and drama competitions so as to expose them to the realities of sexual exploitation and abuse. And again, we would also like to engage the community on a dialogue, including the security personnel in this village, students, and even teachers, so they understand that PSEA is actually a collective responsibility. Now, the next point would be for the fact that we are allocated a land at Kudang. 15 victims were identified. One was already enrolled at IOU to study the intensive English program. 3 were enrolled back to school. Now the rest, we are planning to build a skill center for them who, due to their circumstances, cannot go back to school, so as to empower them with entrepreneurship training. And the next point would be, what have we done? We have visited the community of Kudang, the Alcalo, the school management, and also the VDC chairperson. And the next thing we have done absolutely is we capacitize 50 people, including 15 teachers and 35 students on mechanisms of controlling sexual exploitation and abuse. The penultimate slide would actually lead us to our partners. So who are our partners? These are the partners here, and of course, the last 2 partners are the partners we made this year. All the others were absolutely inherited ones. Inshallah, now to the last slide, we have I am the solution. Are you? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Team USET. Team IOU. Team IOU. A round of applause for Team IOU, ladies and gentlemen. And right now what we want to do is take a look on the screen again and see what their project has been.
Welcome to Kudang. We are happy to see you. The project at Kudang, of course, is named after a Mandinka term called Fantanko, Fantanko for child welfare.
The impact of this project is a lifetime happiness.
We used to experience a lot of child pregnancy, but when this project came here, that number has drastically reduced. Because most of the time when we come from holidays, so when we come, we experience a lot of girls that are pregnant, but this year, none at all.
It's not easy, especially when you're working at a particular community that you don't belong. But then, alhamdulillah, since we came, though we're facing challenges, but the people here are very, very much loving and then kind.
Project has begun last year with our predecessors. We are continuing from where they stopped. We've come up with several mechanisms as to how the events or the activities will unfold this year.
Yesterday, they had a little workshop here when we say training about teachers and students, it has a very good impact on the student because he told me it's going to be 2-3 hours, but it took the whole day. This program is helping them to know more about boys and even their teachers.
On Wednesday when we came here, actually our member, Winter Giant, she actually got sick. We believe in teamwork and then this was a pre-planned activity.
Nafa bala soto, dinno ngala me alongo kata karambunga do. Because kabren last year, serum ibotajan, mol manku kote moy, me alongo, walem komi sungutin non ka finde karambunga do. Fentem fokono mandiro ten, o nyapin kangol ten. Andung ilawo fonge mul ma koy bakele sembodi dinno ngala me alongo kata karambunga do.
Most of the students that were exploited, we actually managed to bring them back to school.
We would basically be capacitizing the children and the community members, including staff, the security. And then also we have so many plans of rehab for the very victims that were identified last year, building them skill centers for those who were not able to come back to school last year, but then they can do something with their lives, so building them skill center. And again, community bakery is also a target to support these very victims that have come back to school and as a sustainability plan.
Any perpetrator that is found guilty of such kind of things, there are repercussions that are attacking.
Kabirin last year project going betama kana for this year, and then mole kuja male karanye ni nata community la Karola kudana Karola. Kabil last year in natajang sexual exploitation of school going children. Mem fan makola nyadle pour que stop na community kono. Kabirin last year a sensitization jamale ke kana for be. And kabil last year kana for be near jibe in sexual exploitation of school going children kudan sada konjang atalata me o sabu wala sensitization menke ke sato kono ke bo funding golla Karola kabin nata sada kono na mutam bultanim fulola ko dalilo me si jang ni sada kono jang o projet gol me nati jang na tako o projet gol fon letamo alle bakela janne itel bitale e batula sada kono jang telambe ben ala men munna fa o projet gol so na mutam bultanim fulo na je ko o projet gol is successful.
The first time I speak to a victim was really something sad because it felt like it was me or it is my younger sister that has been put into that corner. I owe a lot to the entire government, not only this community, but wherever it's happening, as a youth, I believe I have responsibilities. I have to put my quota to ensure that these kind of things are not happening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Team IOU. Thank you very much, Team IOU. You may take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from all 5 teams. Team UTG, based in Korakunda, CRR. Their project is on the water project. MDI, Karangbunda project, and they're based in Jarasoma. Gambia College, URR, based in Sutukonding, and their project is on the Mbama Care Package. Team number 4, USET, Fende Bedare, malnutrition, and they're based in Bohum Kunda. And the 5th team, IOU, is centered on sexual exploitation of school-going children, and they're in CRR, in a place called Kudang. We've heard from all these 5 teams, and I'm sure you're all touched, and I'm sure you've all learned something new. Let's give a round of applause for these young people here. Sometimes it's good to sit here at home, if you're in the urban area, and just think every other thing is going to go smooth for any other person that's not within your reach. But once you are not there, it's really, really hard. And I can say, for me, it's a testimony. Because before I even went up country, thanks to Sona and the team, the Social Change Factory team, before we went up country, I didn't really think some of these things was really a big problem as it was. But being on the ground, seeing and experiencing, I knew something had to be done. And to see young people who are dedicated to serving their country, volunteering their time and energy to make some things better in this country is really something that's worth commending. So again, I would like all of us to please stand and give a round of applause for these young people. Let us stand and please give them a round of applause. I mean, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the service. We really appreciate you. Let's make some noise for them. Thank you very much. You may take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for doing this for me, doing this for them. And in as much as you are continuing to serve God, you are continuing to serve your country, that no matter what happens here, even if you may emerge as a winner or you don't win anything, I know you guys will sleep happy and sleep fulfilled, knowing you have done something for the country. And I'm sure it will not even just stop there, whether you were a winner or not. The project will definitely continue, and I'm very sure you will definitely do something. In as much as you're not a winner, or even if you're a winner, you will do something in your own little way to make sure that someone out there really gets something better from this project. I want to say thank you very much for doing this for the country. And now, right now, what we want to do is we want to listen to a short message from an ambassador of the Social Change Factory. This person calls himself the Youth Man. If you're wondering who the Youth Man is, well, let's look at the screens and hear from the Youth Man.
Hi, I want to start by appreciating the organizers of the Voice of the Youth competition, and also for identifying me as their ambassador. I understand this is the first time that an ambassador is being identified, and it is both an honor and a privilege to be identified as your ambassador. It is very obvious that there's no coincidence, because I am the Youth Man, the one and only Youth Man who is over 65. I would like to start by apologizing also for not being present at the inaugural ceremony. It is for good reasons that I cannot attend. I cannot physically attend, but emotionally I am attached and I am with you all the way. This is very important competition amongst the youth at this age, those who are in schools of tertiary. It's very important because it brings about experience exchanges. It also brings around good cooperation, culturally also, and civic action. This is something that we have done at your age. We've had competitions at this age, mainly debates, which is very intellectual, and it has helped develop us who we are today. So I would like to encourage you that you do this because it increases competence, self-esteem, it develops skills and also knowledge. So please, don't only see this as a mere competition, but it will add value to your lives as you go through to probably our age and beyond. I would also like to appreciate all the teams that are taking part in this. I would like to wish you all the best as you go through this, and I hope that one of you, or not only I hope, but I know that one of you will emerge the winner. But for those who are seen as losers, you are all winners. That's what happened in competition. It is done in good spirit, and one will emerge as the winner and others will follow. So at the end of the day, all of you are winners. This is something that is very progressive in a country that is developing like the Gambia. You must be brought up to develop this spirit of competitiveness, because you are living in a world that is very competitive today, that is borderless. Whatever skills you are developing now, you can use it anywhere in the world. Even let's bring it closer to home. Africa today has a population of 1.2 to 1.4 billion, and you are one African out of those. Beyond Africa, in the sub-region that we are living in, it's a population of about 400 million people, and you are only one of them. Within the Senegambian sub-region, it is a population of under 20 million, and you are only one of them. But be that one that is competitive enough at the global level. We have seen people like yourselves who are from Gambia or from Senegambia that have gone into the world to top global organizations. We have seen people like Amadou Mahtar Mbow from Senegal. We have seen people like Lamine Diack of the Olympics, the late Lamine Diack. These are all late. But from the Gambia, we have seen people as recent as Mrs. Fatou Bom Bensouda, who was the prosecutor at the ICC, International Criminal Court. There are others but I just want to go, I don't want to go on naming all of them. But here you are, today you are seeing yourself as a young person at your age, but whatever is being done now is to develop your capacity so that you can be at that level. So good luck to all of you, and I will see you at the finals, inshallah. Thank you.